Making games.
Play ball. Welcome.
Well, hi.
Hey, part of my head's cut off. There we go.
My head's cut off.
Yeah.
You've been hanging with the Queen of Hearts?
Stash answer. Hey guys, I missed last week. Yeah, we know you were here. So we're looking forward to this tonight, Jeff. We have faith in you. I watch you play all these Playdate games. You're a pro. Can't wait to see her here. Well, let's not get too excited. I was telling Stuart, it's like a small 3-level. You just go from one spot to another and try to get out of 3 different levels. So it's really fast. It's like a minute.
So I was telling Jeff, I it's usually that way before a show. You know, a lot of times my guests don't end up, even though we talk about it ahead for Hammer Away. I'm like, show up at this time, but usually something's going on and they'll get there closer to the end, which is fine because we start getting in a conversation and we ask questions of each other, or we start talking about things and I'm like, yeah, we're going to save that for the show. So I all of a sudden I have a couple of questions for Jeff, but when he says he's making a game, so I got some questions. Like, first of all, one of the questions I come up with is in what are you making the game?
Well, it's on Playdate.
Okay.
If anyone's ever seen that. Let me see if I can share screen.
Because I'm like, well, I love the fact that you're doing that. That's pretty freaking awesome to be getting on the other side of the games like that. No matter how simple or how whatever it is. I mean, we're living in a retro time. So
Playdate has this game making capability called Pulp, and it's literally a website.
And that's real. It's not Pulp Fiction.
Correct.
That's crap jokes. That's my job.
So as you see here, it's a very basic thing. So you have you can create rooms, which I did here, and you can do that. Let's see.
Hold on. Are these members of Devo that are walking around?
So you can create a room. From there, you can create. Basically, Pulp is very simple. You connect like one room to another, but you can create a story if you want. I've seen some people who have like a storyline going on here, and then from there you create your own player.
Okay.
And you can even animate them. Like I got this guy here in the right.
Yeah. And
his legs go up and down, and his little eye hole here, what do you want to call that? Shifts back and forth when he walks.
Your eye hole.
And you can create sprites.
So did you tell? It's odd. You just said sprites. So this reminds me of stuff that we do at school. We have programming like this at school.
Yeah, and the last time I programmed anything, literally, was in high school. Yeah. we did BASIC on like the Apple II, and Commodore 64. We did Pascal, which is a language I don't think anyone's even heard of because it's so old.
Yeah, I remember that.
But here you can even make your own music, sound effects. You can change your font if you want.
I can't wait to hear your music.
It's like a 6-note thing. It's kind of like the music on. Remember whenever Torgo would enter the screen on Manos?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Nice.
It's kind of. I just made a really obnoxious sound because we're trying to get out of these rooms. So, like, there's also a thing inside of Pulp called Pulp Script, which is actual, programming. If you want to call it that.
Yeah.
Stuff like this. This is stuff for the timer. There's a timer in the game. Just kind of small stuff like that.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay.
And so I wonder if I can. I wonder if I can hook up and just play the game because, like I said, it's only a minute.
Yeah.
So it won't take long.
So when you say it's only a minute, there's a timer that you have to beat.
That's a minute. There's no minute. There's no Saboteur. Last time program was on the Counter 64. Yep, me too. No, there's just a timer. So when you get out of the third room, it'll stop and it'll show you what your time was, like how long it took you. Oh, the Devo guys are good guys.
They got to whip it good.
Let's see. Can
I... So hello to everybody out there while he's getting ready to do that.
Let me stop the screen. Let me try to share.
Okay.
I don't know if this will work. Share screen. I think that's just a browser, isn't it? Oh, no, I can do a window maybe.
Back here, I set up a little fortress of memories or favorite things. I got the Viking helmet, and I got my Iron Maiden poker chips and cards, and the Van Halen book from Niels Lozauer. He put that together of his photos. Classic movie here, already a classic movie with me, Role Models. Love Gun. Got some Nintendo-y switchy things. And Fear, punk band Fear cassette, the record. They're coming to town. Just a couple of weeks.
Consider. I'll see if this works. I'm trying to share this screen of, because they also have an app you can use.
Oh, good.
This one's called.
This was load it to the app and play it on there.
Yeah, if I can get it to work, but
right. Yeah,
maybe I should have tried this before.
So this Van Halen is a little foreshortening or foreshadowing to foreshortening. Yeah. If I do this, it's foreshortening. Foreshadowing of my unboxing tonight. And speaking of Fear, I made a template for Fear. So I have this black T-shirt. I should just, do this, just do a Hammer Away show with this tomorrow. Maybe I'll make this tomorrow. I'll film it and show it. And here's a template that'll make Jeff happy and our fans out there.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So I just got to figure out where I want to cut this so that this piece stays the inside of the A.
Oh, yeah.
So I laminated them so that when you spray it, it doesn't just get wet and crappy. So I cut it out and then I laminated it. Now I got to cut out the plastic. So. Boom.
Very good. All right. So I can do it, but I can't do it now because I had to make a change in Chrome and then I've got to restart Chrome, get to work. But if I restart Chrome, then the show goes down. So.
Well, I know it was a situation where you were talking about doing that. And as you do, you always surprise me. Like when we did our first show and you started talking about, I had this idea for a sitcom. I'm like, you what?
Oh, yeah. I still have all the stuff written for this show. It's called Lunch Hour.
We got to talk about that.
The entire show takes place in a lunchroom with employees talking. It'll be like a core group of people.
Yeah.
And then they'll meet other people as they kind of come in every so often to eat. Because this is what we used to do at work. And it was actually, hear that crazy sound?
That's the music.
It's like a sped up Manos.
Manos on speed.
I can't really see, but you know what I'll do? I'll do a video of this. I'll post it later this week.
Yeah.
But this is like the first level, and you got to get from there's your guy here. You got to get them all through here to the end. But you have to go through. You have to grab 3 keys to unlock the area around the door, and you go out the door, and then you go to the next one. So I've already got some ideas what I want to do next with this thing.
Yeah, and Salvatore is saying, so can you upload your game for others to play?
Yes.
And what is this?
Oh, he's getting rid of us already. Oh, you know what? I'll tag that. I'll star it so we can have it for later.
So we know right where it is.
Maybe Pete's leaving early. He wants to get it out of the way.
Yeah. I don't know. Or he's trying to get kicked out. You trying to get put in a corner, Pete?
So for those of you who've seen my videos I've done on Playdate, all those games that I've done so far are games that people just made on their own and uploaded.
Yeah. So
and they can choose to go for free. They can charge you for it if they want. And Playdate, the company, has nothing to do with it. They don't take a cut. They don't. There's no kind of service they go through. And you got to get everything's approved.
Okay. So how does the money get if you were to, which is a great thing, because then what a community. I mean, people like yourself, if you want to, cut your teeth on doing them, and then you get used to it and you get quicker and quicker, then you build something that you can do.
Yeah, and it's pretty community. It's
that's good.
There was one. Most of these things are on a website called itch.io.
Oh, okay.
And go there, you search for Playdate, and there's a bunch there. Some people are selling games. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't sell this. It's not really even a full game. It's just a little short thing.
Yeah.
But I'll say this. I mean, it was really hard. I mean, I really was struggling to get this done. So I'll see if I can get anything better.
What was the biggest struggle? Just trying to connect.
One of the biggest struggles was the timer.
Oh,
because I was trying to figure out how to do the timer, and actually there's a developer forum, so you can go there and ask questions, and I did that, and people were giving solutions. Unfortunately, a lot of solutions were done for Lua, another programming language that people use for this. But I wasn't using any of that. I was just using PulpScript. And someone did come up with, he goes, I created a timer, and he sent me the code, and I'm like, hello, all right, thank you. So I used that, and I made some adjustments to fit this, and just like 3 hours before the show, I finally figured out the very ending, because when you got done with 3 levels, I wanted the timer to stop so you could see what your time was, because then it's kind of a game. Now you can set how long, or you can see how long it took you. So if you want to try it again and try to beat your record, you can, because you're trying to get through the maze and catch these things, or pick up the keys. And I would like to rearrange the maze at some point, and then have some little bad guys in there that kind of go back and forth, up and down, to make it a little more interesting.
But kind of like the Intellivision game that Pete was playing last night.
Yeah. So I figured out how to stop that timer. It wasn't an elegant solution, but it worked. I was able to, I had to create a 4th room that you'd go into, and then as soon as you took one step forward, a thing pops up on the screen and says, congratulations, your time is, your score is above. And when that screen comes up of the copy, it actually stops your timer, so you can see it. So it stops, and I can see what you got. And then to get out of it, like to start again or whatever, you just have to move up and around and get to this other door. And then so it's not the most elegant, because once you do that, the timer starts again, which I'd rather just stop dead. But at least I got it to stop so you can see your score. So I'll figure that out.
Wow.
I'll figure that out another day. Abe, welcome.
Well, there's a good reason to get one.
Pete, you need to get Shovel Knight. That is
Pete
crazy.
was playing Heli last night.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Lance, there's one of the first games I saw on the Playdate was a Tetris clone.
The clone of Tetris.
Oh, yeah, there was a haunted house game. What was that one called? That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just ghosts floating around. That was a neat game.
Oh, look
these
at
guys
that.
these guys are good. A lot of these people are pretty new programmers and are still putting out some decent stuff. Yeah. So I felt good that I got to that point.
And then how many hours did you put in putting it together? Do you have any idea?
No, I've only worked on it for like this past week.
Mm-hmm.
So here and there. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it took me 10 hours, which is kind of crazy because anyone knows what they're doing probably could have done this in 45 minutes.
Well, it's like
I literally know nothing about like pulp script.
Yeah.
So I printed out the pulp script, the little things to show you like what does what.
Oh yeah.
Look at all this stuff. But that's 22 pages worth. So it's a kind of a small programming. It's a small script language.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, if you don't know anything, like I said, I haven't programmed since, what's it been? 35 years or so. I haven't programmed anything.
Wow.
So a lot of practice, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. If I can get better, I'll keep going and do stuff. But it was fun. Oh, for God's sakes.
Yeah, I mean, I would be eager to, to get in there and try it sometime. But I mean, I just don't. I start thinking about how long it's going to take, and
yeah, I mean, I'm lucky in that there was a lot of people willing to like help out.
Yeah,
on the dev blog, which was cool.
Yeah.
So I'll do a video of it. I'll show stuff in the video, like how I made it. I'll play through the entire game. I'll put that out probably like Friday or something. I'll get that out there.
Okay.
Man, we're just doing something right. The sex bots are hitting us hard tonight.
They want some action, man.
Keep trying to block them.
Here. It's not what this is about.
Oh yeah, Saboteur. Yeah, there are some decent RPG stuff, and I've seen some stuff coming out that's that some future stuff I've seen that looks really good. What cut do we get from the sex bot? Nothing. That's why I blocked them, Pete. We're not getting anything.
We're not getting nothing.
They want to give us 20%. Come on by.
If I ain't getting a cut, you ain't getting a cut.
Kurt went to the arch. That's cool. Seeing the fireworks by the arch.
Yeah. Well, I'm
it's
glad.
Really neat. They shoot the fireworks from the river, don't they? Isn't it on a barge?
Yeah, it's on a barge. Normally, that's what it's been.
Well, I haven't been there probably 30 years, but
yeah, they have some story-driven stuff on there, right? I mean, they have
like Bloom.
Yeah,
we had the guys on from Bloom. That was all story. I mean, there was this girl that owned a flower shop. She had her parents. That would text her. Like basically, there was people would text you. You text them back by selecting certain things. And it was mainly JD got her just in time. Yeah, but it was mainly a story. Matter of fact, I finished that and I was like, wait, that's it? Because it was, I don't know how long it was. I mean, it was several hours, but I wasn't ready for the end. I thought it was like, whoa, this kind of hit me. Tiny Yellow Machine, what's going on?
Hey,
Tiny Yellow Machine has a Playdate podcast on Twitch.
It's far out. I love the drawing. That's great.
Yeah, so I was just telling them Tiny Yellow. I don't know. I don't know your real name, so I don't know what to call you.
I love that. So now you need to play it. Damn you, go game.
Damn you, go game, go. So yeah, check out his. Oh, there he is again.
Yeah.
Check out his podcast. Is it on Wednesdays or Thursdays? Normally, I can't remember. But yeah, but it's just called Tiny Yellow Machine on Twitch, so it's easy to find.
And no, I don't think there's any Mortal Kombat games on there, Born.
No fighting. They just had a game jam where there's a bunch of Playdate games just came out, like really short ones. His name was Andrew. There you go.
Tony Yella. But she doesn't have to call me Johnson.
You can call me Ray. So Andrew, we were just talking about, I had this little tiny game. It's like 3 levels. I'm going to make a video on it this week, put it out by Friday, hopefully, just so people can see it. And I guess I could upload it to itch.io. If anyone has a Playdate, they can just download it and play it.
Yeah. Yeah. I should get in and come up with a rock and roll game.
Rock and roll. There's a new one coming out tomorrow called Art 7, and it's based on like an artwork or an art gallery. There's somebody on Twitter who played it and said it was great, so I got to check that out tomorrow.
JD, Lord of Co-hosts, for the Zlowski interview. So, can you make a Playdate game?
Yes, a very simple, short one. Yes, no problem.
Before you know it, he'll be having his own big. He'll have his own big game.
But I just wanted to do it just so I could try it. There's a reason why I didn't go into programming when I was in high school, because man, I was okay at it, but God, it just kills me. It's so, I don't know. I guess it doesn't come natural to me. And
it's a lot of, it's like when I tried without ever having any education in it, tried doing website stuff. It's just like, I don't know. It's like being a drummer. I mean, for every bit of something you have here, you have to have this to support it. And so, it's one of those things that you think about on the surface, being a graphic designer like you and I, right? So we think about the surface stuff. Well, I want to do this. And then you're like, oh, wait, what? Okay. So in order to do that, I have to have this piece, and then I have to tell it to do this, so that every time it happens like that. So every time Jeff picks those up and pushes in the tops of them, then he holds them out and they pop. So then you have to tell everything what to do.
Yeah, it was definitely easier in high school because, all the time in the world.
Yeah, you were hungrier then. You're like,
especially in the summertime. I was like,
Yep.
I didn't have to have a job. I didn't have to do homework during the summer or anything. So, man, it was easy.
You didn't have to take care of a family. You didn't have to, all that stuff. Rocket League is snow day, one of your favorite modes. Oh, snow day.
What's snow day?
I don't know. I mean, I was just playing Rocket League. I got to get my cables figured out. I move things around here, and I put in a Blu-ray player. Now I got to get all that hooked up. And then for some reason, half of my multi-tap for my USB stuff took a crap. So I don't know what the problem is with that. So tonight I had to figure out a different place to plug everything in.
Yeah, I have a USB adapter like that. I've got like 4 things in there. My first one I had lasted 2 years and just crapped out. So I bought a new one. Basically the same one. So I'm hoping to get 2 more years out of it before I can come up with a different solution.
Yeah.
So JD, what was this article you're talking about dev environment for Switch. I don't remember seeing that. I missed it somehow.
Oh, you talking about?
Yeah. Well,
I didn't remember seeing it. There was a lot happening today on the thread. Okay,
I'm just gonna go cook.
What are we cooking? Or you want to tell us when you get back?
Yeah, he can tell us when he gets back. So he's coming back. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. What is this?
Oh, so remember the restaurant nightmare I had?
Yes.
They charged me 3 times.
Yes.
So I can't remember. I ended up getting the extra money back from them. And then the guy, and I don't remember if I said, no, I didn't say this last week because it just happened.
Yeah, because as of last week, you were still waiting.
Yeah, well, I got that. I got the money that overcharged us. And then apparently that guy's, the general manager's boss called him because he called me. He told me, he goes, he left me a message saying it was a day off. He goes, my boss told me to go ahead and just credit you the rest of your, the full amount of your bill. So call me tomorrow with your info and I'll get it out to you. So that was, I think, Friday. So I don't have it as of yet. So I'll call him tomorrow if I don't have it. Because I think by tomorrow that's plenty of time. Because
by tomorrow you're going to have the deed to the business.
I love that he said my boss made me do it. Like, guy, come on. I mean, if your boss told you to do it, I don't know that. I mean, I assume he did because I talked to him. But
right, who cares?
Just say just call him and say, hey, to make things right, we're just going to credit you your whole bill.
Right.
But just a weird way to phrase that. My boss made me do it. Like, oh yeah, JD, I saw that. I didn't read the article, but I know Fuse for Switch because I looked at it. There's another development app, if you want to call it that, on the Switch called what's it called? Petite
there's
Computer.
more junk.
But I did a video on this fighting game with like cats and dogs, and
cats and dogs living together.
Cats and dogs. And that was made by a guy on the Switch using not Fuse, but the other application. I can't think of the name of it. In Japan, it's called Petite Computer. And that's where he's from. But he built the whole game, and it's a great game. I mean, it's a great fighting game. I just can't imagine building something on the Switch. I mean, I guess he plugged the USB keyboard in and something. I don't know how he did it. Crazy. But yeah, that's even more difficult. So that guy is pretty amazing that he was able to do that.
Wow.
So we'll see tomorrow if I get the money. If I don't get the money tomorrow, I'll call the guy back.
Yeah, that's just, I don't know. That's just weird.
I don't know why it takes like 2-3 times longer to get your money than it is from to take it. They take it in seconds and it takes days to get it back.
And it shouldn't.
I don't get it. It's all electronic. Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah, what's so hard about?
I don't know. It's very, very weird.
So I was talking, I had a big discussion with wait a minute. Before we do that, before I do that,
I'm going to call the actual guy himself, Pete, not the general manager. See what he says. I'm guessing it's going to be there tomorrow if he really did it, which I assume he did if his boss is coming down on him.
Yeah.
I don't know why he'd risk getting canned over something that it's not coming out of his pocket, at least not that I know.
Yeah, I mean, if it's true, if his boss truly did make him do it. So there was, was there some new Amico news out there?
Oh, yeah. Slappy, I'm going to answer your question here a little bit. I'm just looking up on here to jog my memory. Apparently, a couple days ago, somebody, man, these are some lonely people. Someone was looking through trademarks for the Intellivision.
Yeah.
And I think the trademark Intellivision Amico said it was dead, like it had lapsed.
Gotcha.
And he and so a bunch of people made videos. There's a really big YouTuber who I won't even bother mentioning, but he made a video about it saying, it's officially done.
Okay.
Saboteur Miko news usually bad news. Yeah, it has been lately, hasn't it?
Yeah.
But then, like the next day after all these videos came out, I know Mike Mullis was looking. He found it, and it said, because I think he talked to Phil Adam, and he said that I don't know if he talked to Phil or not, but he found it, and it said it was live. So then IGN did an article about it, and they actually called Phil Adam, who's the CEO, which, holy smokes, they actually did some journalism. They investigated. Instead of just writing about it, they went and talked to the source, and he goes, no, it didn't lapse. They renewed it. It just didn't show up. And then, it showed up. That's why it showed up that day. It was just late.
Oh, okay.
It takes the website a few days to update. So it was a story about nothing, really.
The story about nothing.
That's what it gets down to.
Yeah.
All right, my favorite game on. Oh my gosh, I gotta start getting rid of some of these games. I got too many. Because there's a bunch that. Oh shoot! That game that comes out tomorrow, Art 7. I have a demo for it. I never even played the demo yet. I didn't realize I even had it. So Bloom is really good. That's a really heavy story-driven game. The graphics are probably the best graphics I've seen on the system. So Bloom is really, really good. There's a couple of Yahtzee games out there. I love Yahtzee.
Really? I love Yahtzee.
There's two different ones. One is some guy just kind of redid Yahtzee in electronic form, and then another one, a guy basically built it to look just like the handheld Yahtzee electronic game. There's some people. Now, there's a game called Tochi, and there's a new one called Tochi 2, which I just did a video on.
Yeah.
It's an adventure game, and Tochi 2 is really good. It's an adventure game where you run around, you're finding stuff, finding keys to get into other rooms, and let's see. There's a Tetris game called Playtris. Trap Doors is really good. I don't know if I can explain it. Trap Doors, it's not all crank-based, so it's mainly crank-based. You start with like one column, and there'll be like a trap door. And then it'll either be black, gray, or white. And then black, gray, or white balls come rolling down the track. And you've got to take your crank, and you got to open up the trap door to let the right color in, and you got to close it to keep the other colors out.
Wow.
But then it gets pretty tricky because they had a second lane and then at least a third lane that I got to. And so you have trap doors, like multiple on each one. So you can go left and right with your D-pad and up and down to get to the trap door. Then you crank it to open or close it. That game is a lot of fun.
Man.
One Bit Invaders. I did a video on that too. I love that game. It's Space Invaders, but with power-ups. It's really good. And look at this, Tapeworm. Anyone who's played the Evercade knows this game. Tapeworm is out on the Playdate. And it plays just like the Evercade version.
Tapeworm.
It's also on the Switch now.
We'll have to look that up.
On the Switch, it's called the Parasite Pack because it comes with Tapeworm and Flea, which is Flea is a platformer made by the same guy. It's what's really fun is a game called Bender, and again, you can watch this on a video I did, but it's a stick. All it is like it's a simple thing. I pretend this was like one stick, and then you hit the button, and it starts to bend.
Oh,
based on how thin or fat it is. If it's really fat, it goes really slow, bending. If it's thin, it goes really fast.
Okay.
The thing is, you got to press the button to stop it. And if you stop it between an 80 degree and 100 degree, between 80 and 100 degrees, you don't get a life taken away. If you do it too early, too late, you get a life taken out. But if you hit 90 degrees on the dot, you get a point. And at first I was like, man, how am I going to do this? That seems impossible. But once you start playing, you start getting the hang of it. You start getting the hang of the timer. You start to get it. I got up to 15, I think, one game where I nailed it 15 times before I died off.
Wow.
And if you do get it right, I think you get your life. You get a life back. So you can, it's kind of a tug of war thing. You lose it, you get it back. Going back and forth.
Oh, wow. Wow.
JD, I wonder, he should get a second job.
Oh, man.
JD could get a second job working for those sex bots, sending out messages. Only 3 likes? Come on. Give us a like.
Playing pocket pool. What are you wearing? Oh, good luck.
It's all part of the trilogy.
The STD collection. Not to be confused with the FTD collection. One's flowers and one just flowers. I was playing Fall Guys, and I love it. I love it.
It's really good. Oh, here's another great game on the Playdate called Shift. It's a puzzle game.
Look at that.
It's really nice. Yeah, Fall Guys it's just a lot of fun, isn't it?
It is. It's a hoot, man. You're running around. And, although I sent you that little, what did I sent you a video or something of two of them got to the end and they're just like pushing each other. I'm like, what are you doing? Just cross the line. So, yes, you should subscribe too. On every account you have, you should. Because where are we now? Do you know? I forgot to look today.
Oh, subs?
Yeah. Can anybody see that while you're there? Yeah, you don't want to get eliminated.
415.
415. All right. So that means we are 85 away from me reading that letter that I wrote to Kiss.
Yeah, Pete, I heard that joke too from Salvatore. What's going on? He's going from show to show making the same joke.
This is a good one. I'm taking it over to Go Game Go too.
Hey, you can use it on Chuck's show tonight because he's back in town.
Oh, perfect. Make sure it's a well-cooked joke.
Oh, man.
But yeah, it's neat. I finally got my first. I'd gotten enough points, so I earned a new outfit. So now I'm half and half. But you know what sucked? I no sooner did I get that than somebody else showed up. They must have just gotten their first set of points, and they show up in the same outfit.
I bet you that's a lot of the reason why people buy outfits is so they can buy something crazy that no one else has.
Right.
Because when there's 60 people at the beginning, you get lost. Sometimes I can't even find myself.
Yep. And I fell off because I thought I was the other one.
I wish you could hold a button or press a button to maybe like put a little light around your guys just to light them up just for you.
Yeah, there should be a little something that, goes over your head that, I don't know if that's part of the game or what, but not a part of my game. My game is tell me who I am. Don't confuse me. I can do that on my own.
So over the weekend, I know you know it, but I saw 2 movies in one day.
That's usually crazy.
I see 2 movies in a year, but I saw 2 movies in one day.
Wow. And
they were both called Top Gun. The original and the new one.
So let's talk about this a little bit without giving anything away. Well, let's put it this way. Let us know if you've seen the new Top Gun. Have you seen Maverick? Or Have you never seen the first one? Which that freaked me out when
I'm
you
probably the only one that hadn't seen the first one.
That was
Yeah,
that's a
I
bigger
watched.
mystery than Pete wondering why I haven't seen Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, I watched the first one Saturday afternoon, and I don't know, it was okay.
So,
I
but you
didn't.
really enjoyed the new one, you said.
I really liked the new one.
Okay, so so let me ask you this though, because it goes along with the fact that I thought you might not see the first one before the new one. So, do you remember my story about Blade Runner?
No,
Did you ever? You never saw the first Blade Runner?
never seen either one. I don't think.
Okay.
Or did I see the second one? I don't remember. I don't
See, I
think.
was wondering if you had, because that I think is what spurred me to say something about the second one, because there was a guy sitting next to me. For anybody who's not heard this yet, there was a guy sitting next to me at the end of the movie of the new one. He goes, "Oh, that was interesting." I said, "Yeah, we watched the first one last night." And he goes, "Oh, I've never seen that." The only thing I wanted to do is look at him and go, "What the hell are you doing here then?"
I do remember you saying that now.
I mean, I'm like, again, things are happening that you're like, Sean Young shows up. She's looks like she's from a different time frame. And you're like, that didn't confuse you at all? I mean, you didn't think there was something you should have caught in the first one?
See, my mom never saw either one as well.
Well, but that makes sense. I mean, either you see them or you don't. But I would never think, oh, I won't watch the first one before I see the sequel that came out a decade and a half later or 20 years later or whatever,
Lance, why would you even be surprised at this?
I don't know.
I don't know. I did see, to be honest, I now that I think about it, I did see the sequel to some well-known movie like that. I don't know if it was Blade Runner.
Sure it wasn't Blade Runner. I think you said that.
They were like running around in the sand.
Oh, Dune?
I don't think. Well, maybe. I don't know. I mentioned this before, but you didn't.
There's only been one. There's the new Dune, and there's only one so far. And the original Dune that they did was just one movie.
I don't know what movie it was, but all I remember is they had these big, like, wooden contraptions that were racing down through the sand, and they guys tied to poles, and they were playing guitar, and it was a crazy sight. I have no idea what movie it was, but it was a sequel to some well-known movie. I know that. But I didn't like it. Whatever it was.
Yeah, I didn't like it. No, sir. Didn't like it.
I wish I could remember who was in it, because that would narrow it down, but I don't remember.
I was going to watch them both after the show.
Oh, wait. I think it may have been Mad Max.
That's what I was wondering, because and that's okay. That was a reboot. So you're okay there. The one with what's his head and Charlize Theron.
So Cameron Hayes never saw either Top Guns, but ended up watching New Jurassic World twice.
Wow.
I need to see that, because I love Jurassic Park, and I don't love Jurassic World, but the first one was okay. The second one I did not like. So I'm hoping the third one's better.
Are there still, drive-in movies? Drive-through theaters? I'm just going to drive through here. Just see how much you folks before you drive out.
I guess everyone like in a circle.
I'm in. I'm out. I'm in.
Hey, we're back. Look.
Just driving through.
Yeah. So Cameron, how
was that new one?
How was it?
I really, and this won't ruin anything for the movie. Has anybody said it? Who all has seen Top Gun? I have. I think you have. Did JD? Pete?
I don't know.
I think.
Well, we know Cameron did not.
Did Pete see it?
Wait, didn't he say he was going to see it? I thought he said he was going to see it tonight. Where did I see that at?
Tom Hardy, yeah, Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron in the new in that reboot of Mad Max.
Oh, wait, Pete said he was going to watch both after the show. Does he mean Top Gun? I don't know, because we're talking about Blade Runner then. I'm guessing it's probably, it must be Blade Runner, because after the show, it's pretty late to go see. Right.
Max gets mad a lot, don't he? Yeah, he do. But I like Road Warrior. I like Road Warrior and Mad Max. I couldn't get into the third one too much because I just don't like wasteland films.
Yeah, that's what turned me off about the Mad Max thing. I was like,
Yeah, that's why I didn't like Water Worlds. Why I didn't like Stargate. You know.
See, I did not like this Johnny Depp Wonka movie at all.
No.
I know people who really liked it, but I didn't like it at all.
Nope. Yeah, he played that as a weirdo. Like, that ain't happening in my house. Oh, okay. JD hasn't seen it. It's on his list. All right.
Well,
it's in the original Top Gun, but we'll need to see it again before the sequel. But you may think the new one is better, but were you glad you watched the first one before you saw the new one?
Just so I knew what was going on with some of the stuff.
Right.
Because it made a difference.
It sure does. It's like the very little tiny reason that I made my brother watch the Spider-Man movie before we went to go see Endgame. So
if I didn't, I would have been spending a lot of time poking Silly in the ribs going, "Who's Goose?
Oh,
who's Goose?"
No, they don't serve couscous.
Instead, you kept poking me saying, "Goose is dead."
Yeah, that was a. Yeah, who said that? It was in a line of the first one. Some guy just said, "Goose is dead." And I kind of cracked up at that. Great delivery, buddy.
I cried.
Goose is dead, baby. Goose is dead.
Cackle makes every show better.
Aw.
Hey, you know what I did watch last night?
If I did, that would be creepy.
The Forgiven.
Oh yeah, the Unforgiven. You mean Unforgiven?
Whatever it was. All I know was it was like I will tell you that I liked it, but it was like English Patient all over again.
Oh my God, English Patient. That was the longest 6 hours of my life. God, that was the worst movie.
What was it? Unforgiven, you mean?
No, English Patient.
Oh, English Patient.
Oh my gosh, that was
the Pianer. Oh, I watched the piano. I'm like, what in the hell is this?
It's called the Forgiven.
Oh, so there is a movie called The Forgiven.
Yeah, look at it. It's got Ray Fiennes in it, and I'm telling you, it's just like watching English Patient. I liked it though. I will tell you that I liked it.
Did Val look good?
Make sure you're well rested before you watch it.
Because you have a possibility of being well rested after. Forgiven versus Unforgiven.
It got a 63% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, wow.
Forgiven versus Unforgiven. That's like that movie with Michael. Michael Douglas. What was it called?
I don't know which one you're talking about.
Where he was like a vigilante.
Is that the one where he goes nuts? Like he what is that called?
Oh, Falling Down.
That's it. I like that.
Yeah, it's a horrible Iron Maiden song too.
I remember some guy at my old work came in and he was talking about the new Michael Douglas film he saw called what's the actual film called?
Falling Down.
Yeah. He called it Standing Up.
I mean, isn't that kind of funny? Because that's really what he's doing. He's spending the whole movie standing up for himself, falling down.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, Iron Maiden had a song, and it's this song's probably not that bad, but it just was horribly vocalized by Blaze Bayley. That was on the first Blaze. I think it was on the first album Blaze Bayley did, and it was just horrid. Because he goes falling down, falling down, falling down every freaking time he did it. He didn't change it at all. It's the same freaking chorus every time. Like, dude, get creative, would you? This is making me ill.
So yeah, I like the second Top Gun, and the other reason why I like seeing the first one was so I could compare the first to the second, because the way they were structured was extremely similar.
Mm-hmm.
I almost look at it, since I didn't like the first one that much, I almost look at it like they kind of redid it and just made it better.
I like them both.
Well, I tell you what, I like.
Yeah, I like them both.
I
got to disqualify myself. I like them both.
Listen, I really don't like young Tom Cruise as an actor, but I think now, I mean, he was fantastic in this movie. I mean,
you can't see how
he's such a better actor now. That, well, of course, it makes sense. I mean, he was a kid. He was like 23 at the time.
Yeah, just a punk.
Yeah, and that's how I always picture him. And he was just kind of drove me crazy. It's like, yeah, he's kind of a jackass and everything. But
you got to be a jackass and everything.
He's such a much better actor now.
Yeah. There was some stuff, the classic Telegraph, so when things were going to happen, I was like, oh, they're going to do this, but
yeah, I was trying to figure out the ending and I didn't quite get it right, but
there was one thing I thought was going to happen and it didn't.
What concert was at Busch Stadium last night? Do you know, sir?
Oh, it was the Motley Crue, Def Leppard, Joan Jett, and Poison show.
Oh,
it was one that was supposed to happen like 2 years ago when COVID hit. So, yeah, I would not. I'm glad I didn't go. I'm just kind of.
Where was it at? Oh wait, Busch Stadium. Never mind. Holy smokes, that had to be a sweat fest.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Last night I went out like at 8 o'clock, and the sun was somewhat down, but the humidity was just brutal. I mean, I was out there for like a minute, and I was starting to sweat already.
Oh yeah. Well, I had the gig on Monday, and oof, God, that was brutal. We had to stop early for a minute because the heat was just unbearable. My drummer took a break. We had to be professionals and figure out how to end a song with no drummer. And then we just kind of you get back in and you finish it up. But we took an unscheduled break, which was fine. We probably all needed it. So,
Lance, I have not seen Days of Thunder, but if they make a sequel, I'll watch it. How about that?
Wouldn't that be funny if Cruise just gets on a roll and just starts making like Risky Business too?
Just to get me to see all of his movies.
Yeah.
I've never seen Risky Business. How about that?
How about that? All the Right Moves too. What was the one? Born on the 4th of July.
Nope.
I mean, a lot of his movies, he could do that. He could just go through and make the Today movie.
Let's see. I've seen one Mission Impossible. It was one of the later ones, not one of the earlier ones.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I own all those.
Saw Rain Man.
Yep. See, they could do a sequel to Rain Man.
Man, that might be about it for me for Tom Cruise movies.
How do I see these movies and you don't? I don't get it.
Like what movie?
I saw all of those. Born on the 4th of July.
Jerry Maguire.
I didn't watch that one.
Eyes Wide Shut. Nobody saw that.
You saw that, Nate or Jeff?
What?
Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh yeah, I did. I only watched that because it was a Kubrick film, though.
I think that's freaking weird that You haven't seen any of these popular Tom Cruise shows, but you see the one that nobody's really caring about seeing. What, Vanilla Sky? Was he in that one?
Who?
Was he in Vanilla Sky?
I don't know. I don't. Wait, I may have seen that.
Good Lord! Did you just reach into the shit can of Tom Cruise movies? Like, the popular one? I don't want to see that. Oh, that one's shitty? I think I'll watch it.
Maybe that's why I don't like Tom Cruise that much. Wait, who was in Vanilla Sky with him? It wasn't Cameron Diaz, was it?
I thought it was, let's see, was Kidman in Eyes Wide Shut?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we saw Vanilla Sky.
I bet it was Cameron. I bet it was. If she came to mind, then I'm sure that's who it was. I've never seen it. I've never seen Eyes Wide Shut. I've never seen Vanilla Sky. What about Interview with the Vampire?
I was going to say it was Penelope Cruz, but then if I go down further, Cameron Diaz was in Vanilla Sky. So, yeah, I did see that.
Okay.
Huh.
Jack Reacher. Collateral. A movie called Collateral. Days of Thunder was basically Top Gun on a racetrack. That's really all it was. It was a NASCAR version. Do I have that right, Lance? NASCAR version of Top Gun. That's all it was.
That's what Lance was saying. It was basically a race car version of
Yep. I missed that. Sorry about that. I was busy putting something in because speaking of movies, I started watching something. I don't know who all is familiar with Fantastic Four movies, because these three that they've put out in most recent years are horrid. They're terrible. They're high tech and all this crap, but they're garbage, and they were poorly cast, and poorly written, and Silver Surfer was wasted in the movie. I mean, it was a waste of the character being in there. But in 1994, here's one for you, Jeff. And I'm wondering, does Papa Pete know who did it? Oh, Magnolia. I forgot about that one with Tom Cruise.
I saw that too.
Let's see. So in 1994, Roger Corman did a Fantastic Four movie. Do you remember who Roger Corman is, Jeff?
Isn't that the guy that Pete made his mouth move?
No, no, that was Donner. That was Richard Donner.
Donner.
Yeah. Roger Corman. Roger Corman did a Fantastic Four movie, but he's the one we've talked about it before on here. Battle Beyond the Stars with John Boy was the lead guy, and I always forget what his name is. Tom something, whatever. He was just in. He was in Ozark. He played Laura Linney's dad in Ozark.
Wait, who? The guy that played John Boy?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah, isn't it Tom something or Thomas? Is it last name Thomas?
Oh, I know. Pete knows because I've heard Pete say his name before.
I'm going to get to that too, Lance. I started watching the Plan 9 version from Riff Tracks. Have you seen any of their stuff?
Who, Riff Tracks?
Yeah.
No. When they originally came out, it was basically they were selling you the audio, and then you would play it like you had to do it yourself. You had to play the audio at the same time as the movie started.
Interesting.
So I guess now they're actually, because they couldn't get the rights to the movies, so this way they could do any movie they wanted because they're just selling you their audio.
Yeah,
which is actually kind of
smart. Brilliant.
I guess it caught on enough that they're being paid now to do it.
That's brilliant. Yeah,
because I thought this was a great idea for these movies, especially if they're bad movies. I mean, a good way to get people to buy them on Blu-ray Yeah,
Like
have
Rise
Riff
of
Tracks or
Skywalker.
Mystery Science Theater guys.
Yeah.
Add their commentary to it. How great is that?
So I guess I should have mics set up and record Rise of Skywalker, and then
there's a reason to watch right there.
we can have a link for it out there on the website, or we can email it, whatever. It'll be available on our Facebook page. So anyway, they did this Fantastic Four movie in '94, which is really, of the 4 movies that have been made for the Fantastic Four, that's the best one, because they actually have costumes that look just like the cartoon or out of the comics. Doctor Doom looks just like Doctor Doom in the comics. There's some silly parts to it. It at times it's like an episode of Batman from the 60s, where it's just campy and, a comic book movie. But I'll tell you what, it's the most loyal to the comics. And but cool. I just found out today that they did a movie called Doomed. So it's a whole interview show, and it's a documentary about making that movie. So it's on Amazon. You can watch it for free on Amazon if you have an account, or it's available on DVD. You can get it on DVD for $14 on Amazon and watch this thing. But I had some information about the movie. It says Doomed, the untold story of Roger Corman's The Fantastic Four, explores the circumstances surrounding the legendary cult classic Roger Corman film, The Fantastic Four. In '94, Mr. Corman was asked to produce this classic story on a small budget. The film was ultimately shelved prior to distribution, but a VHS copy was mysteriously leaked, and the movie became a must-have by all. All of the fascinating stories around this lost film are told through in-depth interviews with the cast and crew. So this movie, Doomed, was released in 2016. It's 1 hour, 25 minutes, written and directed by Marty Langford, and it has Roger Corman, Ole Sasson, Alex Hyde White. Wait, Alex Hyde White?
Wait a minute. Isn't Hyde White, isn't that the last name of the Frasier guy?
Yeah.
Can't even think of his name.
Yeah.
Niles.
Joseph Culp, Jay Underwood, and it's produced by Mark Sykes for Uncorked Entertainment. And it's got a bunch of special features on it. It's got cast and crew panel. It was recorded live at the Aero Theater in Santa Monica in 2015, where they discuss and have the movie and have a Q&A. Unused Roger Corman footage, 4 minutes of that. Unused interview footage that didn't make it in the finished film. Goofing Off, there's 2 minutes of that with Joseph Culp and Jay Underwood play around behind the scenes. Spotlight on the director, Joseph Culp on Dr. Doom. He redons Dr. Doom's mask and gets back into character. So, and then they have revisiting the shooting locations and a trailer. They have the trailer. So it's pretty wild though. An interesting film. I'm going to finish watching the film. I started watching it today, but I need to finish it. But then there's a whole slew of these old movies. I mean, there's the Hulk ones that were made for television, and I think these were made for television too. This is the Captain America with Reb Brown in them. They have both of them, the Captain America, and I didn't even know they had another Captain America movie. There was an old Doctor Strange movie that came out. I kind of remember it. But then they have this other Captain America one too, with Salinger in it. And there's the Doomed one. Nick Fury with Hasselhoff.
Pizza, say the name of the film again. He was taking a dump.
Oh, it's called taking a dump. It's called Doomed, the untold story of Roger Corman Roger Corman's first Fantastic Four movie.
Frozen.
So yeah, do you know Hasselhoff played Nick Fury?
No.
Yeah. And there's the Punisher with Dolph Lundgren.
Hey, look at that hair.
Getting ready to ship that off. I was supposed to have already done it, but I can't seem to get out of the house. The only time I got out of the house was for the gig, and then I didn't feel like getting out of the house anymore today.
Where was your gig?
Out in Washington. So
It's a little bit of a drive.
yeah.
Where was it? What did you do?
It was on their fairgrounds before the fireworks.
We should have gone, Jeff. I know people out there.
Like Stewart.
See? They were looking for you too.
Look at this.
Sure they were.
What is that, a space pen?
Better.
It's a back scratcher. It's a telescoping back scratcher.
Then where'd you get that?
Washington.
No.
Oh my gosh, another sex bot. Come on, people.
Come on.
Yes, you bought them. It's like a 6-pack or something. One for everybody.
Okay, you got it.
Roseb says that glass case looks great, Jeff. Get another.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah.
We're done with that glass case.
Like perhaps right here. This would make a nice spot for a glass case.
No, it's
Or maybe in your new house.
What if we put a stand-up arcade right here?
Yeah. With your new wife.
with your new one. Oh my god! Wow, they are relentless.
I saw these sex bots. They keep coming in today.
Good. That one just won't go away.
I know. I've tried blocking that one. It won't go.
Ah, well.
I don't know what's showing up on YouTube, but here in StreamYard.
I mean, what does cheap mean? What is cheap? I mean, is that like, do you want it cheap or do you just want it cheap?
Okay, it says bro, cheapest Tinder just for sex. Do you have to pay for Tinder?
I don't know. You might want to find out though if you're getting that second.
Anyone out there use Tinder? Do you have to pay for Tinder? Because these sex bots are claiming it's the cheapest Tinder.
Is this true? Oh man, what is this?
We cannot stop them, Blake. We can only contain them.
We can only make fun of them.
We can only block them once they show up.
I don't know why they just don't develop that more. I mean, then the human trafficking can frickin' stop.
Yeah, how anything with naked or sex or Tinder, just wish we could just block all that stuff.
Aw, thank you.
Yeah, I like how they start it with bro.
Yeah. I mean,
Whoops.
what if? No, I won't. No, no. This is me not.
Wait, Kurt,
Oh!
is this the two plumbers brewery in St. Charles that we're talking about? Because I've heard about it. I want to go to that.
The plumbers in St. Charles. Ooh, well, wow. We need to do a video from there.
On when is it? It's July 29th. I think is that a Saturday? It's
Yeah.
Mo Game Con is coming on the 29th.
That's a Friday.
That's a Friday. Well, that must be the 30th then.
That's a Friday.
Yep, the 30th, Mo Game Con.
Why doesn't that seem right to me? I don't know.
I know
That's fine, but I don't know.
Silly and I are going, but I do know, and I'll find out coming up closer to the date, but sometimes there's a bunch of YouTubers that show up like a day early, and they usually go to that Two Plumbers in St. Charles. Pete knows the Do You Nerd? It's a YouTube channel by a married couple, Tom and Lacey, I believe. I know Pete knows them. They're coming for certain. John Riggs, he's a big shot. He's well over 100,000 subs. He's coming. I don't know if he's going to the thing in the Two Plumbers that Friday before or not?
So, but you guys are planning on going to the convention?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I think I should do that too.
I think we're just going to show up when it opens, which is might be 10. It's either 9 or 10. There's a VIP thing that gets you an hour early. I don't know if that's 8 or 9. I think it might be 9, but we're just doing the regular.
Okay. Well,
VIP
I'll be there. We'll be there. We'll come hang out.
Yeah, I think Nathan might be coming. I'm gonna try. We're all gonna wear our Go Game Go shirts, so it'll be like an invasion at the Mo Game Con. People will be like, "Hey, what is that?" I need to know all about. I need to know all about those people. Yeah, Tom and Lacey.
Now, Eep, has this been proven that you are the cool person of your area?
Well, yeah, he's in Canada. That's where Pete's at.
Yeah, see, so
there you go.
Where are they in conjunction to each other? In juxtaposition?
Well, I think usually most of the Canadians live right next to each other.
You know, we Canadians, we're a tight bunch.
We know everybody up here.
We know everybody. We got other fish to fry. So, is it a good time for me to do my unboxing?
Yes.
As this was my investment after I did the interview with Mr. Zlozawa, the Zlos, and he isn't kidding. He puts fragile stickers all over.
Must be Italian.
Hey, fragile. And I'm gonna slice right through one of them to get in here. I think. Oh, you know what? No, I don't have to. Because why? It says tear here. The heck with the blade. A boop.
Who?
Oh yeah. Just want to make sure there wasn't anything else in there. So I ordered up a couple of the books. He's got the books of his photography, and of course, a classic where it's a whole book of his subjects flipping him off because it's a great bathroom book. So it's everybody from.
Is it Burt Reynolds?
Rat. Yeah, it's a mural of Burt with Mike Tramp from White Lion in front of it. And what's interesting, if you haven't seen it yet and you're into The Godfather and you haven't seen The Offer, you need to do that. And there's a guy playing Burt Reynolds in the movie or in the show, in the series. There's Ozzy and Zach. So yeah, lots of cool shots. Everybody from lots of Zach in here, I'm sure, because of stuff. There's LA Guns is in here. Motley Crue is in here. Van Halen's in here, not surprisingly. Black Crows. Oh, look at that. That's what he wrote. The Vikings do enjoy the book, but oh, that's love right there. I was really excited to get that interview with him, and I've already mentioned why and the steps that we took together to get to that point. But multiple times since, he said he really enjoyed doing the show. So, and then the other book is the first of two. It's the Eddie Van Halen book. So all kinds of photos of Eddie in here. He still has them available online. He thought he was sold out, but then he found another box. So iconic shots of Eddie Van Halen. Really cool stuff. So you
Well,
can get out there, you can get the book out there, and he does have a few of the Van Halen ones left too. Which is this one back here. Mine isn't autographed. I bought it used. Because his website said he was sold out.
I know JD has stepped away because you showed a picture of Eddie Van Halen and there was no comment from JD.
Oh,
so he would have definitely commented on that.
Yeah, he'd have totally commented. He has a copy of this book. I think he has a copy. He has a copy of both of these. I think this one and the Van Halen.
Ventress, hello.
And so yeah, so this one's supposed to be autographed as well. Yeah. Oh, hey, look at that! How nice is that? Eddie Van Halen kicks ass, and so do you. It's a lot different than the fuck you want over there.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but these are really cool. I thought about it. The prints are, even the inner, that's really cool too. That's without the sleeve on it.
Very nice.
Yeah, really cool. I thought about getting some of the prints. JD has some of the prints, but I'm like, I got to watch my budget. But then I got to thinking, well, this was $150 to get it autographed and have them send it out. So, but that's about what the price of the print is too. So that he'll autograph and send. So I thought, oh, okay, that's all I needed to know. So I knew it wasn't. I made an investment, a good investment. So
Lance brought this up. And I'm trying to go through my head Burt Reynolds movies, and I'm thinking, of course, Smoking the Bandit, Cannonball Run,
Longest Yard, White Lightning, Gator, Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, The End. Have you ever seen The End?
Wait, is that a Mel Brooks film?
No.
Was Dom DeLuise in it?
Yes. Yeah. It's not, I don't know how I want to say it. Not that it's not as good as I remember.
Relic, what's going on?
But the pacing was different than I remember. I just remember, like, I view it as, I was like, oh, I got to watch the end because I was laughing my ass off the whole time. So I thought I remembered. But it's still a funny film. It still has lots of funny stuff in it. It's really good still. Stroker Ace, that's right.
How did we forget Stroker Ace?
I really wasn't into that movie too much, but I think I may have seen it once. And then he did Sharky's Machine, where he was a cop. What else? Other Burt Reynolds films that I've seen or want to see again?
Smoking the Bandit was so huge when it came out. I mean,
oh man, The End came out right after that because that's when he was kind of with Sally Fields, and she was in that too. So they like me. They really like me. Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, but those further Smokey and the Bandits. I mean, did it go any further than the first one being good?
I don't even know if I saw the later ones. Oh no, I saw number 2. Actually, I saw Smoking the Bandit 2 in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
Because I told us before, I remember you're all excited to watch this because Smoking the Bandit was such a big thing.
Yep.
And the film starts with bandits flying down the highway. Then you see a cop on the side of the road, and you're like, here we go. Then he goes by, and the cop's got his gun out, and it shows 55 on his gun, and it's like, you gotta be kidding me! That was it? That's how the movie starts with him driving safely. Who wants to see that? And then I don't remember the rest of the movie after that. It's real disappointment.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, Any Which Way But Loose. I forgot about that.
Yeah. They had Every Which Way But Loose and Any Which Way But Loose.
Yeah, the second one with almost the same name. No, Burt Reynolds wasn't in the third Smoking the Bandit, was he?
No.
But
there are 7 Bandit movies.
That's 7.
How did you even hang on that long? That's like Sharknado flicks.
Jackie Gleason was in the first 3, I think, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, welcome. A new person showed up. Go Game Aquarium. Thanks for joining.
It's
Really appreciate it. Any Which Way You Can was the better of the two. So that would have been the second one, right?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Wow. Who would have expected the sequel to Any Which Way But Loose to be better?
And there was a third Cannonball Run. That'd be like a third Caddyshack.
There may be one. I don't know.
Yeah, there could be.
I never even saw the second one.
Oh, yeah. Also, I forgot he was in Striptease with Demi Moore. He was in the remake of Longest Yard. What was he in the remake? I don't have the stomach to watch it.
That was with Adam
Adam
Sandler.
Sandler. Until I have a friend next.
I like how Go Game Aquarium's picture is the Go Game Aquarium.
Be a big hammer going through it.
I don't know who you are, Go Game Aquarium, but
3 canine movies? Oh my God. I just know of one. Oh yeah, Burt Reynolds was in Boogie Nights.
yeah, he was
Cadillac.
he was in that quite a bit, wasn't
In what?
he? Boogie Nights, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Fairly big.
Fairly prominent, as they would say. Now I feel like I got to look up the Burt Reynolds flicks. I'm trying to figure out
the end with Dom DeLuise.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier.
Oh, were you?
Yep. Keep answering the show.
Oh,
Keep focused. Focused.
You
on
know
the
what?
show.
I lost it after he said something about unboxing. I was like, oh, goodbye.
oh, snap. Everybody else is like, wow, it's over already?
The Longest Yard remake had Stone Cold Steve Austin in it.
Oh, and he was in Deliverance. Duh.
Stone Cold?
Yeah.
That's right.
Stone Cold. Evidently, he was in Defining Moments in 2021 as Chester.
Didn't he die several years ago?
That doesn't matter.
They just hold on to that one?
Yeah, probably so. Probably so. God, he was doing lots of movies through the 90s, or still doing movies through the 90s. Oh, yeah, Cop and a Half. Wait, he was on the new WKRP in Cincinnati.
Wait, Burt Reynolds?
Yeah,
What?
93. He was in the episode. He played himself, uncredited, as in the episode Johnny Goes Hollywood.
Who's Johnny? Because Johnny Fever wasn't in the new WKRP, was he?
I thought he was.
I thought the only people in the new one were Carlson, Herb, and Les.
I don't know. Maybe he made an appearance.
Very cool.
Hmm.
You know, we're talking about
Oh yeah, City Heat.
we're talking about Frasier making a comeback. That Night Court reboot should be happening, I guess, in September.
Okay, all right, yeah, because I was wondering when that's going to happen.
I've been sitting there watching. I think I'm almost towards the end of season 3. I've been watching a few episodes every night. I'm up to the one where Mel Torme makes his first appearance.
Mel Torme. Oh my gosh, I was trying to figure out all of the Smokey and the Bandits. I'm trying to see where they. I guess it's only going to show.
Go Game Aquarium. I think that I'd like to have a Burt Reynolds Funko Pop on my second shelf. Oh, wait a minute. So he's speaking. Okay, so wait a minute. So this is him. It's actually him.
It's actually.
He's saying that the shelf actually wants his own Funko
Do
Pop.
they have those?
And a Farrah Fawcett one on my first shelf.
That takes me. That
Isn't
takes me.
Isn't there Burt Reynolds Funko Pop like in the Trans Am?
Yes. Yeah, there is. And he's got one that's just him standing with the cowboy hat on. $35. Yeah, that's no, that's too much. I can't do all that.
Wow, they're filming a Quantum Leap reboot right now.
What's that?
Lance says they're filming a Quantum Leap reboot right now at NBC Universal.
Yes, that's true.
Wow, that could be really good.
Well, yeah, we can hope. We can. Oh my gosh, they've got an Evil Knievel Funko right now on Amazon. It's only $8.34.
Wow. Will Scott Bakula have any part in Quantum Leap? He's got to at least make an appearance, doesn't he?
Yeah, he do. Now this is weird though. They have two different Evil Knievels. They have one in a blue costume with a helmet on, and they have the one in the white costume with no helmet.
I think I have the white one in my office.
I mean, that's just kind of weird because I don't know. I mean,
oh wait, Go Game Aquarium says that's a lot of money for a Funko Pop, but maybe CC Mental will get it for me. I love the talking Go Game Go Aquarium.
I do too.
Go Game Aquarium.
Kind of crazy.
This adds a lot to the show.
It adds a lot to the show. Oh man.
Now, Go Game Aquarium, would you be upset if we put an arcade game right next to you?
You know what? I'm going to be spending too much money on the divorce lawyer. I don't have money for Funko Pops.
So she says.
I get the Speed Racer Funko Pops. Let's vote on a Funky Pop for Go Game Go Aquarium.
I can't believe that they're selling our childhood toy, the Evil Knievel stunt cycle, which I don't know. What are you guessing that cost us when we were kids, or cost our parents when we were kids?
I don't know, 20 or 30 bucks?
No.
20 to 30? I would say like 15 to 25.
Not even. It was less.
I don't know, 20.
I don't think it was cheap back then.
I don't think it's too much cheaper than 20.
You could get candy for a penny out there. Walk to Ben Franklin Magic Market, get me that.
But they want us to spend $60 on it now.
Jeez.
For a cheap little motorcycle, stunt cycle, and a wire-filled rubber dude.
I like this thing from Lance. A funny SNL segment was Norm Macdonald playing Burt Reynolds auditioning for the part of Darth Vader. What kind of car does this guy drive? I do remember that segment that all these oddballs showing up for Star Wars. People that wouldn't fit whatsoever.
Oh man. Shoot. I'm gonna order that. I'm gonna get me an Evil Funko.
Lance Jennings says $15.
Oh. Yeah, that's how much it was back then. Yeah, $15. Yeah, that's what I figured.
Go Game Aquarium says, I wouldn't mind an arcade game at my side at all, but please let me know which one first. I couldn't handle a Pac-Man, but I might go for a sexy Tron machine.
That's the only kind they sell are the sexy Tron machines, right?
Obsessive compulsive gamer. Yo, welcome to the show. We're getting ready to sign off. You just barely got in here just in time for a comment.
I can't believe that I found the Paul Stanley Funko Pop. It's $13. There's more than that when I bought mine. I was like, man, I guess I could buy that one and then sell one. Did you know that they did a new animated Batman show that's with Burt Ward and Adam West, and it's all like of that kind of show. It's an animated, like the 60s Batman.
Obsessive Compulsive Gamer said he's making a Playdate game as we speak. He loves his Playdate. Awesome.
Get right out of town. Ooh, and they have the Return of the Cape Crusaders on Blu-ray for $12, brand new. Or they have a used copy for $6 plus shipping.
Plus shipping.
Yeah.
I look forward to your game, OCG.
Oh yeah, man.
There's mine. Ooh.
Interesting. Anything else that's new for Switch stuff before we go that you're gonna pick up? I still had another one written down that I need to check out. Neon
Game,
White.
the one I'm looking forward to the most, I think. I don't know. I keep hearing it's supposed to come out Friday, but then I go to the Nintendo site and they say, "Well, let you know when it's available." Or it's supposed to be out Friday, but it's Klonoa. Klonoa came out. The original, it's a platformer, came out in on PlayStation. The first one.
About that.
Yeah, Klonoa 2 on the second PlayStation, and both of them are remastered and on this one collection. So it's pretty cool.
And how did you spell that?
Klonoa.
Yep. Klonoa.
Whenever I spell something like that, I feel like Jack Buck used to do the Cardinals games from like the 50s to the 2000s. Whenever there'd be a reliever coming in, like if his last name was Klonoa, he'd say, "Coming into the game, Jim Klonoa, Klonoa." He spelled it every time. It was so funny. Oh, his game, Obsessive Compulsive Gamer's game is going to be like Worm Whomper. Ooh, that's nice. I can't wait to see that.
Worm Whomper.
Relic Gamer got his Playdate. I did see that. I saw his video.
Nice.
Awesome. I also saw his Vectrix in the background.
Yeah.
Now, Vectrix would look really nice right here on a stand.
Stop it.
It would.
You don't even know what a Vectrix is.
It doesn't matter. It's not
It
happening.
doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
Maybe it's something you'd like.
I
Yeah.
like your husband.
Ho! Today on Go Game Go Divorce Court. It's getting rough around here, man. Oh yeah, Semi Tough was another Burt Reynolds. He was in a movie called Nickelodeon. He was in Silent Movie, Hustle, Lucky Lady, WW, and the Dixie Dance Kings.
Well, that sounds fantastic.
That was 2 movies after The Longest Yard.
They snuck one last one in right before we go off the air here.
Oh, did we get a bot again?
Oh, yeah. Another sex bot.
Those sneaky bots.
They came back when they heard Papa Pete, or not Papa Pete, I'm sorry, Go Game Aquarium asking for a sexy trunk. I'm assuming it's Pete. It sounds like Pete.
I'm assuming it's Pete. Oh, man. He did a lot of, Burt Reynolds did a lot of TV before he did movies.
Really?
Yeah, Perry Mason, Route 66.
Oh, yeah, when he was really young.
Naked City, Ripcord, Everglades.
That wasn't his name, was it? Ripcord.
He played Quint in Gunsmoke. He was in 50 episodes. He was on Flipper.
Flipper?
Yeah, he played Al Bardman.
He looks just like an Al Bardman.
What's my motivation? Well, you're Al Bardman. And there's a dolphin. And everybody seems to know what it talks about. He was on Navajo Joe or in Navajo Joe. But he was in Hawk. He was Hawk. Detective Lieutenant John Hawk. I don't remember that. In 66. He was on Gentle Ben. The FBI. Wow, lots of TV. Love American Style. There you go.
Love
American Style. Have you found that out there at all to watch?
No.
I haven't either.
You know, as I'm watching Necro, I'm thinking I haven't seen any of these shows since they originally aired in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen it in syndication. So it's awesome seeing it again for the first time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, Stuart, should we call it a night?
Yeah, we should. All praise Burt Reynolds.
All
yeah,
praise.
Burt Reynolds.
Go.
Go game. A gun.
Go.
A two.
A gone. All right. Thanks, everyone, for showing up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obsessive compulsive gamer. Let me know when you got your game ready. I'd like to check it out.
Absolutely.
Especially if it's like Worm Hopper. Now you're talking.
Yes.
That sounds cool.
I just met up with a new friend, so he's going to be working with me on the Marvel edge of my show. So, we were talking about my band at first, but then we talked on Sunday, and we talked about, so if the conversation was this long, we talked about that much about the band, and then this much about comic books.
Oh, one last note from Go Game Aquarium. That used to be all the TVs when I was working in the Sears. Wait, yeah, it used to be all the TVs when I was working in the Sears electronics department long ago. Those were the days.
Those were the days to be.
All right. I think that's it. I like this Go Game Aquarium.
Nope.
That seems like a very sharp individual.
Yeah, he needs to be blocked.
Knowledgeable. He needs to be blocked.
Oh, wait, one last sex bot.
Hey, all right. Just when you thought you'd had enough.
In a way, it's kind of flattering. I think it's almost like, hey, these guys have enough people watching. We can
let's
summon into clicking on it.
Let's come on to these guys.
I don't think you can give us 4 because there's no link. I mean, these are it's just a name. You can't click on it and link to anything.
I don't know.
I don't know what the point of it is. And it's always the same bright green and red logo.
Yeah. I mean, is that what they do when the sex is good? They give it a.
Oh, look at the little emoji faces under their name. They're crying.
Yeah, that's not good. Maybe they cry after sex. I don't know.
They need some help with their marketing here.
Could you get your shit straight? This is a happy thing, right? Hey, why don't you try our sex service and you'll cry?
Lady Ventress, we've blocked about 10 of them tonight. They keep coming back. We keep blocking them.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's like a video game.
Yeah,
like
it is.
Tetris.
Go Game Aquarium says hashtag get me an aquarium friend. Please. She had her hand out like this to the side, and so I took this and I just scratched it real quick.
Stop.
All right, I guess we better go before the sex bots come back.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to the next game, Jeff.
Well, it's going to be a while.
You should have one that deals with a back scratcher.
Yeah. Or an aquarium. I have to find games for my game aquarium.
Yeah. Yes. The game aquarium grab. Oh, just like Bloom, you could do it that way. You could grow your own games.
That's true.
And then put them in there. And then you could buy another aquarium because you need to put more stuff in. So you got to get another aquarium.
Go Game Aquarium says, listen, you two, stop it. I'm in the room with you.
Mom, Dad, don't fight.
All right, guys, we will see you next Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I'll try to put out a video of that short little game I made just so you can check it out. And I'll put it on itch.io if anyone has a Playdate and wants to try it real quick. All right. We will see you next week. See ya.
See ya.